The goal here is to make sure the buyer fully understands the property, the financing, and any items that could affect the purchase price before moving forward with a firm commitment. Timelines for conditions can vary depending on the property, the market, and overall offer strategy. So at this point in time right now, when filming, our common timeline right now for offers is about 5 business days. So you're buying a house, and once the deal becomes firm, buyers usually feel a huge sense of relief. But there are still several important steps before you officially get the keys. I'm Michelle Bell, and in this video, I am going to walk you through what happens between a firm deal and closing day. So once all the conditions are fulfilled and the deal becomes firm, everyone involved begins preparing for closing. At this stage, there are a few important items that the buyers need to organize before possession day. The process is usually much calmer now because all the major due diligence has already been completed. Now it's about preparing for the legal closing and getting ready to move into your new home. So once the deal becomes firm, I forward all the documents related to the transaction to your lawyer, and your lawyer handles all the things such as your title search, closing documents, adjustments, the legal transfer of the property. Most buyers will meet with their lawyer approximately 1 week before closing, and during that appointment, the lawyer will review things like closing documents, mortgage instructions, adjustments, the final amounts needed for closing, and this is when buyers provide any remaining funds required to complete the purchase. Around the same time, buyers will also meet with their lender and sign all of their final mortgage documents. On closing day, the lender transfers the mortgage funds into the transaction so the lawyer can complete the purchase and transfer ownership of the property. So one important items that buyers need to arrange before closing is home insurance. Home insurance needs to be in place on closing day. Your lender will require proof of insurance so the money can be released for the purchase. It's always a good idea to start arranging it early so that everything is ready well before closing day. Buyers are also responsible for setting up your own utilities before moving in. So these commonly include things like gas, hydro, water, internet, any other service providers that may be related to that property. So if you already have a provider, you may be able to just transfer your account to the new property. Otherwise, you're going to need to set up a new account for the closing date. So taking care of these items ahead of time just helps ensure that the transition into the new home goes smoothly. It's also common for buyers to revisit the property before closing. So most buyers will do 1 or 2 visits. These visits are scheduled just like a normal showing. Buyers often use them to take measurements, plan furniture placement, show family members, or become more familiar with the property before moving day. So if there are any items that needed attention during the conditional period, the second visit can also be used to confirm that these items have been addressed. As closing day gets closer, the goal is to make sure that everything is organized and ready so that the transaction can move smoothly. And at this stage, financing has been completed, legal documents have been prepared, insurance is in place, utilities are arranged, and buyers are preparing for possession day. The process usually feels much more manageable once buyers understand what happens during this stage. So once buyers can understand what happens between a firm deal and closing day, the process feels much more organized and manageable. And at this stage, everyone involved is simply working together to complete the final steps and prepare for possession day. In the next video, I am going to walk through moving day, so getting the keys, closing day timing, and what buyers should expect during the first few days in their new home. Follow along for the next step. I'm Michelle Bell.